What's going on, everyone? Talon here, and welcome to another account progression video. Alright, so it's time to get another tier 2, and now we're going to be getting Magneto to tier 2. Alright, so he is one of the only two remaining X-Men that I need to unlock Jean Grey. So we're getting really close to Jean Grey now, so it's only Rogue remaining after him, so we're getting there. Alright, so first of all, let's take a look at Magneto before we tier 2 him. Alright, so Magneto is actually a pretty versatile character. He has some really good skills here. So his first skill and his third skill are both iframes when he starts to cast them, which is really nice. His second skill here is kind of like a vortex that will keep enemies stunned and guard broken, which is really nice. His fourth skill here that gives him the guard hit is also an iframe when he casts it, which is also pretty nice. And his fifth skill here just does really nice damage because it does damage over time, just has all that debris and stuff falling and raining down on the enemy. So he has some really strong skills, so that makes him a very versatile character. And his leadership also is very nice. It applies to all mutants, 45% to all attack. So Magneto, he's a really nice character. I do like Magneto. He's really good. His Ice Weight set, I have Power the Angry Hulk, so definitely I think he benefits from a attack-based Ice Weight set. And then if we go over here and check out his gears, we just have energy attack or all attack, we have all defense, we have HP, and finally some skill cooldown. And now, if we take a look at its obelisk here, I do have an invincibility obelisk on him. I think Magneto, though, is a pretty versatile character, and you can pretty much put either a invincibility or a damage proc obelisk on him, and he'll work just fine either way, mainly because 3 of his skills do have iframes, and those are instant iframes, so as soon as he casts the skill, the iframe is active, so it's very nice, and I find that really helps to negate the purpose of having a guard break obelisk, so I don't really think you need a guard break obelisk on him. I think it would be nice because it'd probably stop his 5th skill from getting interrupted, but for the most part, he doesn't really get guard broken too often from what I've noticed. So definitely you can go with invincibility or damage proc on him, and I think they work out equally as well depending on what you're going to want to use Magneto for mainly. Right now with this invincibility obelisk, I'm going to be mainly using him for PvP. But of course a damage proc would still work just as well in PvP, he just won't have as much survivability. He'll just be able to take out the enemies a little bit faster. So now let's go ahead and take a look at his tier 2. So we have Master of Magnetism. So his tier 2 gives him increased damage dealt to human characters by 80%. That's huge. And then we have increased skill damage by 30% and bonus damage by 20%. Also really nice. And then increase all debuff effects by 10% and the duration by 20%. So he has a very powerful tier 2. It's going to put his damage through the roof, especially against human characters. So since we have all the materials here for Magneto, I'm going to go ahead and advance him the natural way instead of using a ticket, mainly because I've noticed I've been selling off all these Phoenix Feathers because I keep hitting the max. So I figure since I still have to wait to get Jean Grey anyway, I might as well naturally tier 2 him because I'll definitely earn back those Phoenix Feathers within that time. So let's go ahead and finally get him advanced to tier 2. Alright, there we go. So now we have Magneto to join our tier 2 roster, which is awesome. So let's see what we got here. Yep, Master of Magnetism. Perfect. Alright, so now Magneto is tier 2. So let's go ahead and try him out a little bit. Alright, so here we are at floor 16 of Shadowland, and we have a wave mode here that has a comic card that I would like to have. So this would be the perfect stage to test out the newly tier 2'd Magneto here, because villains have an advantage, so of course we have villain right here, and also it's a good way to test out his tier 2 because both Red Skull and Kingpin are humans, so he should be able to do a lot of damage to them, and his own leadership of course gives him a damage boost as well, but I think this would be a good test just because the wave modes in Shadowland are known for being quite difficult to clear within the time limit. You definitely need a high DPS character to clear these wave modes. So let's see just how good Magneto's DPS is and see if he can, 1, clear this, and 2, how fast he can clear this. Alright, so we're going to open up with his shield, and then we'll get some nice splash damage going on here and see what happens. Alright, so Kingpin's health is melting pretty fast, actually, right there. Yeah, look at that, his health is going down pretty fast. Yeah, 30 seconds to kill him. That's usually what one of the higher DPS like Black Order type characters or like Odin or something like that will clear that in. So that was pretty fast. But Ronin here is not a human, so we're not going to get that damage boost against Ronin here. So this one is probably going to take quite a bit longer. So let's see just how much longer it'll take. Alright, so we're at the 30-second mark, and he's not even halfway, so it looks like it's going to take a little more than twice as long. But also, Kingpin was a red type, so we did have advantage there with our blast Magneto. And Ronin is actually quite tanky anyway, just as is, so he does have quite a bit of health. So yeah, there's twice as long, so that was 1 minute. So it took, yeah, about twice as long to kill Ronin. So let's go ahead and see how long it takes to kill Red Skull, which is speed type, so we have type disadvantage here, but he is a human, so we do get that damage boost from our tier 2. Okay, so 30 seconds is gone and he's still alive, so it's taking quite a bit longer than when we fought Kingpin, but it's going faster than fighting Ronin. Yeah, so there we go. So that was about 45 seconds. So definitely a huge increase to his damage here, especially against humans, as you could see, especially for Red Skull and Kingpin there. He pretty much melted them, even though Red Skull did have the advantage. Still didn't help him much in surviving. So Magneto, definitely quite powerful at tier 2, so I'm really happy to have him added to my tier 2 collection. So let's go ahead and have him kill the world boss real fast and just see how well he can do there. Alright, so here we are at today's world boss. We have Supergiant, so we're going to go ahead and use the X-Men team here. So we have Magneto, Cyclops, and Storm. We're going to use him for his leadership, of course, because he does have the best of these three for the leaderships. Then we have a few team-up bonuses going on here. And since we did just freshly tier 2 him, of course we're going to use no strikers and just bring him in here and see how fast he can clear Supergiant on his own. Okay, so here we go. Let's get our shield going on. Then we'll get our damage. And now we'll just start spamming attacks. Fear immunity. Huh, what was that from? I wonder if I accidentally put that on his obelisk. I don't even remember now. Anyway, his damage is looking really nice. I'm quite happy with it so far. Going on to her final phase here, or her final power-up, I should say. Don't really want to stand in that, even if I do have fear immunity. But anyway. Alright, so that was quite an easy clear for Magneto there, and it was less than a minute, even with no strikers, so his damage is definitely really nice at tier 2, I must admit. I do like that damage increase that he had, or that he gets. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this video on Magneto here. Definitely very happy to add him to my Tier 2 collection, and of course that gets me that one step closer to Jean Grey, so all that's left is Rogue, which is being quite stubborn still with her gear. So it's probably going to be a little while until I get Jean, because I still have to level up one full gear to 20 on Rogue, and the other ones are pretty much set, but you only get like 10, 12 bios for her a day, so it's taking quite a while. Anyway, we'll have a video on Jean Grey when I do get her unlocked, and we'll see how far I can get her right away. But for now, that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.